What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If I sound a little funny, I'm a little under the weather, so I figured I would give you guys a little more relaxed, even more relaxed than normal version of Down the Toy Aisle. Today, we're going to be talking about WWE Battle Pack Series 2, all the way back from 2010, 15 years ago at this point. So, I would like for you guys to join me down the toy aisle. Alrighty, you guys know the deal. There are 3 battle packs per set, and this is one of the strongest sets that we're going to take a look at. So the first one is Finley and Hornswoggle. I don't know about you guys, but being young in like 2008, 2009, I loved Finlay because he was just a hard-hitting Irishman, and I loved Hornswoggle because who doesn't love a little comedy in their wrestling? How much more comedic can you get than a leprechaun? I'll wait. It's pretty insane. And it kind of scratches an itch from like something that I remember from being a kid, and really enjoyed Hornswoggle. So the fact that we got this in a 2-pack right out the rip is actually pretty awesome, if you ask me. We got a Hornswoggle figure from Jax, and we got the Unmatched Fury first, I think. And then he got a single release battle pack. No, not a battle. It was a single release like Ruthless Aggression figure. And it was fine. And it was good. It did what it needed to do at the time. But now looking back, Mattel's quality is just so much better than Jax ever was. And yeah, this is a really strong battle pack. This is when Finlay started adding orange to his whole look, I guess you want to call it. He was normally like black, white, green, and silver. Sometimes silver was like really pushing it when he was feeling edgy. But other than that, like, it's really good. The Hornswoggle still scales like very well with the figures. I always wish the Finlay was a little bit bigger, but that's a nitpick of mine. Of course, he does have an elite that comes down the line, which is an even crazier attire for someone as subtle as Finlay. But we'll talk about that in a couple weeks, months, whatever it ends up being. But this is a really strong contender. It's a really good battle pack. Unfortunately, we've never really gotten a good Finlay head sculpt. It is unfortunate. I would like for us to get a Ruthless Aggression Finlay with like a bigger torso. I don't even know who they could use off the top of my head. Oh, it would have to be, I don't know. I don't want to name one and then like be wrong. But like a Cactus Jack style torso. I think that would be a really, really good one to fit Finlay's body type at the time, but maybe like a little more jacked, I guess. I don't know. But Hornswoggle, he's now signed a Legends deal. So both of these guys are technically in the company right now. And Finlay being a producer or trainer and all that stuff. And Hornswoggle being on a Legends deal, which is insane. But yeah, it's really, really strong set of figures here. The only thing I don't like is the dirt on Swoggle's face, but that is accurate to the time. They had him rub dirt on his face, it looked like. But yeah, other than that, it's a really strong battle pack. You can always do a head swap. And this is probably the second best Hornswoggle figure, in my opinion. And the other best one is from a future battle pack, which will be way, way down the line. But yeah, this is a really strong start. Then on to our next one is the brothers, Carlito and Primo. Now, Primo hasn't been in WWE in quite a while. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but he was part of Los Matadores, the bullfighters that came out with El Torito, which was, oh, what a time in wrestling. But he was in the company, and we got I think a really good like 3-pack with them. I don't remember where that was exclusive to. And then we got I think it was Elite 35, possibly. Don't hold me to it. I'm going to do some research off the screen here. I think it was Elite 35. We got some really good, yeah, Elite 35 right there. For those looking at the small camera. That was a solid set. We got an Elite of them, but we never got an Elite Carlito until this year. Well, end of last year. Elite 113. Really solid set. So Carlito had been in the company for 4 or 5 years at this point, I want to say. I think he debuted in 2006, maybe 2005. It could have been even earlier. It was a long time ago at this point. But it's a really solid battle pack. Now, it is definitely like a strange version of Carlito with no facial hair whatsoever. We don't, like, when we think of Carlito, we think of like the little goatee and the mustache. But no, this looks good. It holds up. We did just get a Carlito Legends figure announced, which has like the tropical shirt. It has the padlock necklace. Looks really good. It's a Ruthless Aggression Carlito that we would want. But this still holds up very well. I actually have a bin in my display room where I have figures that I want to turn into elites. And this Primo is sitting in there. I just haven't had the parts laying around or like anything to be like, yeah, you know what, we're making this Primo. But this is a solid battle pack. 2 great in-ring wrestlers. They were the unified tag team champs, I think, at the time. They unified the tag team titles with the Raw and SmackDown titles. So like this was really good. It's weird that they didn't come with the titles now. We got the first time we got the titles were with an Elite Big Show, like Elite 5, 6, 7, something like that. And you had to buy 2 Big Shows to get the titles, and they were very desired. Anyway, long story. These are 2 really good figures, though, and I think they hold up pretty well. It's I would like for Primo to like do a little return or something, maybe get an updated Primo, but it does look good. And then the final 3-pack in the set is Miz and Morrison. 2 guys that are just walking action figures, to be honest with you. Morrison has some of the cooler attires in wrestling. He kind of got the whole aesthetic part of it with the jacket and all that stuff. Like all his figure. I don't think he's had a bad figure. He might have had a few bad head scans. But as far as a bad attire choice, I don't think you're going to find one. The only one that like I'm personally missing is because it's not released, and that's like a white pants. And it was like a Deluxe Aggression figure, I believe. I think that would be really, really nice. But that's a personal preference. But the red with the silver designs here looks great. He has the unique sculpted boot fur cover things down there at the bottom, which would be used on his Elite that would be coming up. It looks very good. It's a solid figure. The head scan is solid. It's not entirely John Morrison by all means, but it definitely gets the job done. And look at all the deco hits on the inside of the designs. Looks very good. And as far as The Miz, even though he was a heel when I started watching wrestling, I always thought The Miz had a unique look because like not many people did the whole like shorts with the kick pads thing. I thought it was pretty cool. He always had like really, really nice looking attires. I actually am holding on to a Ruthless Aggression figure. I believe it was an ECW Miz release that I wish they would make it in Mattel form. I don't think they're going to. Probably need to get on it. It's like a dark gray with like a red and a purple. It looks very, very nice. But this looks good. I think the Miz head scan also does the job here. It's not perfect by any means, but Mattel just got the license and they're trying. Also, he has these little arm cuffs, or like it's like sculpted. I don't even know what you would call that off the top of my head. Like those are unique to him as well. As long with there's the boot covers for John Morrison, so that's actually pretty cool to like have unique sculpts. And honestly, like boot covers, the shorts here, 2 head scans, and the arm cufflinks. That's 5 unique sculpts for just this battle pack alone. So that's pretty insane, honestly. I do think that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a really solid battle pack. And when I started to do this Down the Toy Aisle series on my channel, people were telling me, like I was going around asking, like, should I include battle packs or just do elites and basics? And I got about a 50-50 split. And I said, well, let me go look at a few series of battle packs. And Battle Pack Series 2 right here is just an absolute standout with the aesthetic of the card back on the figure. Like everything about this looks good. It's an all-around perfect wave. I wouldn't change anything about it except just make them all elites. But that's obviously not going to happen. But I appreciate you guys joining me down the toy aisle. Oh, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.